to Modern English Proficiency Level, Lesson 9. Today we're going to be talking about hard boss. A hard boss, somebody that's not an easy boss to get along with, okay? So, first of all, let's take a look at the warm-up. Everybody repeat after me. The two-toed turkey towed 2 tubs of tea. Where is the tea the two-toed turkey towed? Okay? Two-toed turkey. Wow, one more time. The two-toed turkey towed 2 tubs of tea. Where is the tea the two-toed turkey towed? Alright, so I think the biggest thing in this warm-up that we have to talk about is toe and toe. 2 different words, right? 2 different meanings. First of all, toe, okay? Two-toed turkey. First of all, a turkey, a bird, right? A type of bird, a really big bird, like a big chicken, basically. Huiqi, right? Okay, so a two-toed turkey is a turkey that has 2 toes, your toes, right? On its feet, 2 toes. So first of all, toe on your feet are toes. Also, it towed, T-O-W, right? T-O-W means to drag something, right? You can tow something with your truck. If you have a truck, you have a trailer on the back, you're towing it, right? You're dragging it along, you're pulling it. That's tow. So the turkey towed 2 tubs of tea. What's a tub? A big container, right? A very big container is a tub. So the turkey's dragging this big container of tea. And now where's the tea that the two-toed turkey towed? So the big thing we want to talk about is just the 2 words, toe and toe, right? Toe on your foot or toe, to drag something, to pull something. All right? So let's do this one more time. The two-toed turkey towed 2 tubs of tea. Where is the tea the two-toed turkey towed? All right, good. All right, now that we've done the warm-up, let's have a little quiz on the words we've learned this far. First of all, tell me what the word toe means. I'm talking about T-O-E. What do I mean when I say toe? That's right. This is the noun. Your toe is on your foot, like your finger is on your hand. Very good. Next question. If I say the word toe, but if I say T-O-W, toe, what does this mean? T-O-W, toe. That's right. This is a verb. It means to drag or to pull something behind you. That's tow something. Okay, finally, what is a turkey? Tell me what a turkey is. That's right. A turkey is a big bird, isn't it? All right, let's move on to the interesting idioms, okay? First one, repeat after me. Management is always on our backs. Good. One more time. Management is always on our backs. All right, what does this mean if management is on your back? First of all, what's management? All right, if you work in a company, anybody who's higher up than you, anybody in the company that's more powerful, anybody that you could call your boss would be management. Now, if they're always on your back, that means they're riding on your back. They won't give you any space to move. They're always complaining. They're always angry at you. They're always telling you, do this, do that. They're on your back. They're always pushing you, right? They're pushing you in the back, making you work harder, making you go faster. That's on our back, okay? So, let's say this one more time. Management is always on our backs, okay? All right, so next one. The boss wants us to take our work home. Okay, one more time. The boss wants us to take our work home. Okay, you can figure this one out. This isn't too difficult, okay? Your boss wants you to take your work home, wants you to do your job at home, wants you to do homework, right? Wants you to take your work home. So even if you finish at work, if you're done doing your job at work, you have a bunch more work to take home with you and do at night before you come in the next day. So terrible, but kind of like homework for school, right? You work all day in school and then you have something you have to do at home too. So that's what this means, okay? So let's say this one more time. The boss wants us to take our work home. Okay, good. Let's do the next one. I work 24/7. Good. One more time. I work 24/7. All right, what does this mean? 24/7. You can use this for a number of things. 24/7. What you're talking about is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's used to describe something you do too much or you do all the time. I work 24/7. I work 24 hours every day and 7 days every week. I work all the time, 24/7. Okay? But you can use this for almost anything. I'm hungry 24/7. Just means I'm hungry all the time, right? I have a headache 24/7. Oh, my head hurts all the time. Okay, so that's 24/7. Let's say the sentence one more time. I work 24/7. Okay, good. Let's look at the next one. The boss is always looking over my shoulder. Okay, one more time. The boss is always looking over our shoulder. Okay, so think about it this way. You're sitting at a computer, okay? You're typing, you're doing your job. But your boss always comes up and wants to have a look. Look over your shoulder. Look over your shoulder. Stand behind you. Watch what you're doing, right? That's somebody that's over your shoulder. They want to watch you too closely. They want to make sure you're working all the time. You never feel like you can have a chance to even rest a little bit. That means he's over your shoulder. You could also say he's breathing down your neck, maybe. Breathing down your neck. This is another way to say this. Somebody that's too close to you is breathing down your neck. Imagine if somebody's standing so close to your back that you can feel them breathe in and out. You can feel the breath on your neck. This is almost the same thing as this. They're too close to you. They watch you too closely. Okay? So let's do this sentence one more time. The boss is always looking over our shoulder. Okay? Or you could say, the boss is always breathing down my neck. All right, let's move on to the next one. He's always on my case. Okay? One more time. He's always on my case. All right, now if somebody's on your case, that means they're complaining to you. They're trying to push you. They're saying you did something wrong. They're on your case, all right? So let's do this one more time. He is always on my case. All right, good. All right, now that we finished with the interesting idioms, we're going to have a little quiz to review what you learned when we did the interesting idioms, okay? So my first question, what does it mean if somebody is on your back? If somebody's on your back, what do we mean? That's right, if somebody's on your back, they're always pushing you, always making you work faster, always making you do something more. They're on your back. Very good. Next question. What does it mean to take your work home? Take your work home. That's right, if you take your work home, it means you work all day in the office and then you take some work with you back to your house and do that when you're at home. Very good. Next question. If I say I do something 24/7, what does this mean? 24/7. That's right, 24/7 is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Very good. Okay, last question. If somebody is always looking over your shoulder, what does this mean? If somebody is always looking over your shoulder. That's right, if somebody's looking over your shoulder, it means they're so close to you, they're always watching what you do. You can see them looking over your shoulder, always watching you.
John sure is an easy boss to work for, isn't he?
Absolutely. I've never had a better one.
What a change from the last one. He was a real hard-nosed boss, and he didn't allow creative thinking.
I remember. He did everything by the book, and he expected us to work day and night.
I don't mind doing extra work for John. It's not expected, so I feel it's my decision. Works better for me.
Yeah, and John really appreciates it too. Not like our first boss. Boy, he was a real slave driver.
I've been trying to forget him. He probably would have loved it if we were robots.
John's management style is the complete opposite. He gives us a task to do, and he lets us decide how to do it. It's a very refreshing change.
Sure is. Speaking of work, there's something I want to finish before the end of the day. See you later, Margot.
Ciao.
All right, now it's time to take a look at the 10 sentences. So we're talking about tough boss today, right? We're talking about hard bosses today. So let's learn some different ways to talk about a hard boss, okay? So let's do the first sentence. Number 1, repeat after me. My boss is a slave driver. Good, one more time. My boss is a slave driver. Okay, so what is a slave driver? What does this mean? What's a slave, first of all? A slave is somebody that is property, okay? Somebody that's owned by somebody else. Somebody that works but doesn't get paid any money. That's a slave. So a slave driver, if you drive something, you drive a car, right? You can drive horses if you have horses behind like a carriage or something like that. If you drive somebody, it means you make them move forward. You make them keep going forward, okay? So a slave driver would probably have a whip. You know what a whip is, right? Like that. Work harder, work harder. So imagine if your boss was really like that, had a whip, made you work harder, work harder. This is what this means. Your boss is a slave driver, treats you like a slave, right? Okay, so let's do this sentence one more time. My boss is a slave driver. All right, good. Let's look at the second one. My boss expects me to work day and night. Okay, one more time. My boss expects me to work day and night. All right, well, you can probably figure this one out, right? Your boss wants you to work in the daytime and also in the nighttime. It means he wants you to work 24/7, right? He wants you to work all the time, during the day and during the night. He expects you to. He thinks you should. All right? So let's do this one more time. My boss expects me to work day and night. All right, good. Let's look at the next one. Number 3. This job is ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. Okay, one more time. This job is ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. All right, 2 important things in this sentence. First of all, ridiculous. The word ridiculous. It means it's so stupid you can't even believe it. Ridiculous. Maybe your boss makes you do such awful things. It just makes it seem so stupid. You can't even take it anymore, okay? Now, yeah, and the second part, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I can't bear it anymore. If I have to do this anymore, I'll die. I'll have to quit my job. I'll have to do something, but I can't take it anymore. Okay? So let's do the whole thing. This job is ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. All right, number 4. My boss works me like a machine. All right, my boss works me. He makes me work. He makes me do something. A machine is what? A machine is something that's not living. A machine is like a car, like an airplane, okay? Usually like something made out of metal. A machine. All right, so if your boss works you like a machine, he works you like something that can keep working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never needs a rest. That's a machine, okay? All right, let's do the sentence one more time. My boss works me like a machine. Okay, good. Let's do the next sentence. Number 5. Our boss would love it if we were robots. Okay, good. One more time. Our boss would love it if we were robots. Okay, robot. A robot, another example of a machine. But this is a machine that looks like a person, okay? A machine that looks like a person, a robot, a fake person is a robot, okay? So, if you were a robot, you could work all the time. You wouldn't need a break. You wouldn't need to rest. Some bosses would love that, wouldn't they? All right, so let's read this one more time. Our boss would love it if we were robots. All right, good. Let's look at the next sentence. Number 6. We have a real hard-nosed boss. Good. One more time. We have a real hard-nosed boss. All right, what does hard-nosed mean? Well, it means your nose is hard, right? Your nose is not very soft. But this is also slang for somebody that's very tough, okay? Somebody that's very tough has a hard nose. So if your boss has a hard nose, it means he works you very hard. He's a hard-nosed boss. So let's do this one more time. We have a real hard-nosed boss. Okay, good. Let's move on to the next one. Number 7. I've never seen anyone as strict as my boss. Okay? One more time. I've never seen anyone as strict as my boss. All right, what does strict mean? If you're strict, it means you always follow the rules. It means you don't like to joke around. It means you just get work done and that's it. Maybe never smile. That's strict, okay? So, if your boss is strict, it's a terrible working environment. Your boss will never smile. Your boss just says, get to work, get to work, get to work. Always follow the rules, always work, never anything fun. So let's do the sentence one more time. I've never seen anyone as strict as my boss. Okay? I've never seen anyone as strict as my... Now you can use this sentence in a number of ways too. I mean, you can substitute other things in this sentence and still make it worse. I've never seen anyone as fat as that man over there. Never seen anyone as beautiful as that woman. I've never seen. Just means in your whole life, You've never seen somebody like that, or never met somebody like that, okay? All right, so let's do the sentence one more time. I've never seen anyone as strict as my boss. Okay, good. Let's do the next one. Number 8. Our boss doesn't give us any slack. Okay, one more time. Our boss doesn't give us any slack. All right, slack. Think about it this way. If you walk a dog, okay, if you take a dog for a walk, you have to put the dog on a leash. The dog wears a collar, and the dog wears a leash. Now, if you keep the leash tight, the dog's always pulling, and he's got to slow down. He can't do anything. But if you give him a little slack, that means the rope is hanging like this. The dog feels a little more freedom. The dog can walk around by himself, right? So this is a difference. You can keep that rope tight, or you can give the dog a little bit of slack and let him walk around by himself a little bit. Now, if your boss doesn't give you any slack, you probably feel like a dog that's being walked, okay? And you feel like a dog that's got a very tight leash. You can't do anything. You can't go this way. You can't go that way. You just have to go exactly where your boss wants you to go. You don't have any freedom, okay? So that's the difference. A tight leash or a leash with a little bit of slack in it, okay? So let's do this sentence one more time. Our boss doesn't give us any slack. Okay, good. Let's look at the next one. Number 9. My boss does everything by the book. Okay, one more time. My boss does everything by the book. Okay, if you do everything by the book, it means you follow the rules exactly. We're talking about the rule book, okay, or the law book, okay? You follow everything exactly the way it says it in the law or in the rules. So that means the boss can't think by himself. If something happens, he has to, what's it say in the book? What should I do? All right, that kind of a boss doesn't have any imagination. He can't think of anything himself. He can't think of new ideas. So anyway, that's by the book. Let's do this one more time. My boss does everything by the book. Okay, good. Let's do the next one. Our boss doesn't allow creative thinking. Okay, one more time. Our boss doesn't allow creative thinking. All right, creative thinking is just what I talked about before, imagination. If you can come up with a new idea by yourself, that's called creative thinking. Create your own ideas. Imagine something new. That's creative thinking. Okay? So a person that does things with creative thinking, that has good imagination, is the opposite of somebody that does everything by the book. Right? Okay, so let's do the sentence one more time. Our boss doesn't allow creative thinking. All right, very good. All right, now that we've done the 10 sentences, let's have a short quiz on the 10 sentences. Let's find out what you've learned. First question, what is a slave driver? That's right, a slave driver is somebody that has to control the slaves. Whipping them, right? That's a slave driver. Very good. All right, next question. If you work day and night, what does that mean? If you do something day and night. That's right. It means you do something all the time. You do something day and night. You do it all the time. Next question. What does it mean if something is ridiculous? What does the word ridiculous mean? That's right. Ridiculous is so crazy that it's stupid. That's ridiculous. Very good. Next question. What is a machine? That's right. A machine is something that's not living, like a car or an airplane. Very good. That's a machine. Next question. What is a robot? Tell me what a robot is. That's right. A robot is a person who is also a machine. Not living, just a machine in the shape of a person. Very good. That's a robot. What does it mean to be hard-nosed? What does this mean if you're hard-nosed? That's right. If you're hard-nosed, it means you're very strict. It means you always follow the rules. It means you make people work very hard. It means you're not very cheerful. You're hard-nosed. Next question. What does the word strict mean? What does the word strict mean? That's right. If somebody is strict, it means they make you work very hard, they're not very cheerful, they don't like humor very much. That's strict. Last question. What is creative thinking? That's right. Creative thinking is very much like imagination. Make up your own new ideas. That's creative thinking. All right, now it's time for the joke. So, in this joke is called John and the Bear. So John doesn't believe in God, but one day he's walking in the woods. Suddenly, he found a big bear coming towards him. He ran as fast as he could, but the bear still caught him. At this moment, John cried out, "Oh my God!" and time stopped. The bear froze. The forest was silent. Even the river stopped moving. A bright light shone upon him, and a voice came out of the sky. "You don't believe my existence and teach others I don't exist. Do you expect me to help you? Am I to count you as a believer?" John looked directly into the light. "It would be hypocritical of me to suddenly ask you to treat me as a Christian now, but perhaps you could make the bear a Christian." "Very well," said the voice. The light went out. The river ran again, and the sounds of the forest resumed. Just then the bear dropped his right paw and brought both paws together. He bowed his head and spoke. "Lord, for this food which I am about to receive, I am truly thankful." All right, so let's talk about some of the words we have in this joke, okay? First of all, we have the word hypocritical. This comes from the word hypocrite. A hypocrite is a person that says one thing and does another thing. That's a hypocrite, okay? So, if John didn't believe in God for this whole time, and then suddenly, when he's in danger, he starts asking God for help, he would be a hypocrite. He believes one thing, but does another thing, okay? Also, the bear put his paws together. When we're talking about an animal, we usually have paws, right? People have hands. Animals, like a bear, have paws. Some animals have hooves, right? Like a cow or a horse. But paws with fingers, just like a person, right? Or toes. Those are paws, okay? So, let's listen to the joke one more time. So John doesn't believe in God, and he's walking in the woods one day when he comes upon a bear. The bear chases him and finally catches him. Just as the bear's about to eat him, John cries out, "Oh my God!" Time stopped, and a bright light came out of the sky. "You don't believe in my existence and teach others I don't exist. Do you expect me to help you? Am I to count you as a believer?" John looked directly into the light. "It would be hypocritical of me to suddenly ask you to treat me as a Christian now, but perhaps you could make the bear a Christian," said John. "Very well," said the voice. The light went out, the river ran again, and the sounds of the forest resumed. They continued, they kept moving. The bear dropped his right paw and brought both paws together, bowed his head, and spoke. "Lord, for the food I'm about to receive, I am truly thankful." So a lot of Christians, before they eat something, they give thanks, they pray, they thank God for the food they're about to eat. So the bear's still going to eat him, but he's going to thank God before he eats him. Okay, that's our joke. All right, so we're talking about hard bosses today, but there's another kind of boss too that I want to talk about. A sneaky boss, a slimy boss, a tricky boss, a boss that tries to trick you out of money, a boss that tries to make you sign a bad contract. That's a sneaky kind of boss, all right? Now, sneaky and slimy mean the same thing. Slimy is just somebody that's slippery, right? Like a fish, that you can never hold on to them. You can never get the truth. That's slimy or slippery, okay? Sneaky too. So some bosses try to trick you. But some bosses are just hard. Some bosses make you work so hard. They make you work day and night. They make you work 24/7. They make you work all the time. They make you do back-breaking work. They're always breathing down your neck. They're looking over your shoulder. These are some of the terms we talked about today. I hope you can remember these, right? Somebody that's looking over your shoulder is following you too closely, always watching what you do. Somebody that's breathing down your neck is standing right behind you, always watching you, always pushing. Somebody that's always pushing you, right? Pushing you in the back, making you keep working harder. Somebody that's a slave driver, right? Somebody that just makes you keep working and working and working and working until you're almost dead. All different kinds of hard boss. All right? Now, in China, you guys have hard bosses. I know this for sure. I've talked to a lot of students that tell me, in China, if a boss wants to fire you, they'll do a sneaky way. They'll do it a tricky way. They won't just say, you're fired, because if they fire you, perhaps they have to pay you some kind of money, right? They have to pay you a little bit of a severance package. This is some money they have to give you until you can find a new job. So in China, in the US of course as well, they'll try to do something evil to you to make you want to quit your job and lose that money. They'll maybe give all your responsibilities to some other person at the job. And then finally you're just sitting there doing nothing all day. You feel like you're useless, and finally you'll say, I quit. This company sucks. This is terrible. All right, just another way you could be a hard boss. Try and make somebody quit. Try and cheat somebody out of their money. That's another way you could be a hard boss. So anyway, very similar in the United States and China too. Nobody wants to pay a lot of money. It's business, right? Business always wants to make money and wants to screw other people out of money. So anyway, that's a hard boss. This one's good. This one's very useful, okay? Everybody should learn this. Heads up! Okay, one more time. Heads up! Now what does this mean? Well, literally it means put your head up, okay? So you'd use this if you're above somebody and you drop something. Let's say you're in your apartment, you're trying to clean the glass on the outside of your window, and whoop, you drop something, right? You drop the thing you're cleaning with. You could yell down, heads up! That means look out, okay? Another way to say this is look out. You could say, look out below! That means look out down there, be careful, something's coming, right? So look out. Look out is probably the most commonly used word, okay? Somebody's crossing the street, okay? And here comes a bus. It's going to hit them. You say, look out! Okay? You yell at them, look out. In China, I don't know. What would you say here in China? You'd maybe say, wait! Something like that. I don't know. Maybe you could yell bus at them. I don't know. But in the United States, if something bad is going to happen to somebody, and you can see that it's going to happen to them, you could yell, look out. That just means something's going to hit you, or you're in danger. Maybe you're walking along the street and there's a hole in the street. You're about to walk into it. You could say, look out! It just means be careful. Yeah, in China you'd say what? 小心, right? You'd say a little heart. Use a little care, right? Yeah, same thing. Look out just means take care of yourself, okay? And heads up, same thing. If something's going to happen, you say heads up. I usually hear this when somebody's going to throw something to you. Okay, if somebody's going to throw you a can of pop or a can of beer, they'd say, heads up, and then throw it to you. That just means, here comes something, get ready for something. Heads up, all right? So, those two expressions, again, heads up and look out. All right, let's take a look at the role play now. I want everybody to get into groups of 2 or 3, and we have to talk about these next sentences, okay? I want you to talk about hard bosses. Talk with your group, okay? Tell me, do you have a hard boss? Is your boss hard? Are you a hard boss? Maybe some of you are bosses. Some of you have the job of boss at your company. Maybe you have people under you. Are you a hard boss? If you're a hard boss, what do you do? What do you do that makes it so hard on your employees? Right? What makes a hard boss? If you have a hard boss, tell me why he's a hard boss. Also, tell me, is there a difference between a hard boss and a demanding boss? What do I mean by demanding? Somebody that's demanding just always wants something, keeps giving me something. Okay, is that different than a hard boss? Tell me, what's the difference between a hard boss and a demanding boss? And finally, would you like to have a hard boss? This may seem like a stupid question, and it is kind of, but answer it anyway. So, get into groups, talk about these questions. You have a few minutes, and then I'm going to ask you for the answers, so you better answer them. Go. All right, for this role play, what I need you to do is to get into groups A group is a bunch of people together. So what I need you to do is get together with one other person, maybe two other people, maybe three other people. That's still a group. Even if there's 4 or 5 people, it can still be a group. So what I need you to do is push your chairs together. Get close to each other so you can make a group. You can gather together and talk to each other very comfortably in a small space. That's what I want you to do, okay? So either one person with you, 2 people, or 3 people. We need a group of people, all right? So after you have the group of people, we're going to discuss some questions. We're going to talk about some questions. We're going to have ourselves a little discussion, okay? And I want you to answer some questions for me. What's a question? Wow, what a stupid question. A question, okay? Well, I'll give you the questions. First of all, we're going to be talking about bosses here in our little groups of 3 or 4 or 1 or 2. No, you can't have a group of 1, can you? It's got to be a group of at least 2 people, right? If it's 1 person, it's just a single person, and it can't be a group anymore, can it? So, let's get into our groups and discuss these questions. First of all, tell me about the different bosses you've had in your life. All the bosses you've had in your life, from the first boss you've ever had until the last boss you've had, until maybe your current boss right now. Tell me about the boss you have right now, your current boss, or talk about your first boss. But just make a list, okay? Make a list of all the different bosses. Number 1, my first boss was Mr. Jones. Number 2, my second boss was Mr. Wang. Number 3, a list, okay? Make a list of them. Tell me about all the different bosses you've had in your life. And I want to know, have they been hard bosses or have they been easy bosses? Maybe you can make a little smiley face behind the boss that's an easy boss on your lip. Maybe make a little unhappy face next to the boss that's a hard boss, okay? So, also, I want to know about other people's bosses. You talk in your little group of people about other hard bosses, okay? Find out what they think are hard bosses. Find out about all the bosses they've had in their life. And I want you to compare and contrast. What is your idea of a hard boss? What is their idea of a hard boss? Is it different? Do you have different ideas for hard bosses? Okay, so get together with your group, okay? That's at least 2 people, and talk